Hi, good evening, welcome. I'm a little early tonight and I have a fun little project I want to show y'all. This is one of the inserts from the 6x18 outside the box frame. I'm going to paint the background with black chalk paint. It's just home decor, folk art, nothing fancy. So come hang with me for a little while. You can comment Royal to get the link to get all this stuff. Making something for Chris's game room tonight. Trying my best to do a little bit of decorating in there now that he's got it fixed up and he can go play video games in there. So I want to make it nice for him. And I thought this would be a good touch. So I'm going to just paint the background black. Getting my words all messed up. And this should be pretty simple, okay? So just plain black paint. You can use acrylic paint or chalk paste if you want to. Just mix it with a little bit of water. Hi, Kathy. Hey, Gwen. Hi, Paula. Hey, Deborah. Welcome. So I don't know if y'all have men with a man cave or not. But Chris doesn't have, he has a little bit of stuff in his room, okay? There's nothing on the walls. For Christmas, I did get him, so it's a game for him to play video games in, okay? Or a room for him to play video games in. So I got him from Hobby Lobby this, like, neon sign that's like a game controller. And he's got some other things that we brought from our old house that he had in his game room before. But he really doesn't have anything, so I thought this would be a nice touch. He does like to play poker. Thank you for sprinkling, Kathy. I sure appreciate that. Okay, so I thought this would be perfect. And I've been trying to figure out something I can do with this transfer. The, what is it, Royal Flush transfer. So I'm going to dry this really well. I want to make sure it's really good and dry. Hey, Paula, thanks for sprinkling. I appreciate that. Hi, Sandy. And if you noticed, I did just paint this right on my glass mat because I can just take a baby wipe or a wet wipe, like a Lysol wipe, and just wipe it down, okay, with no mess. I don't have to worry about cardboard sheets or anything like that. If you want to get the link to get this glass mat, you can comment Royal, the keyword. And check out my Amazon list because I have it on there. You can go buy it. It's like 30 bucks, and I love this glass mat. It's amazing. Hi, Amy. Welcome. Hey, Deborah. Thank you so much for joining me. Hi, Cindy. So, y'all, if you haven't done it yet, you can sign up to be my Perks member and save 30% on all of your purchases from my website. Okay, plus you get a $20 credit every month to use. And if you haven't heard yet, I am giving all my Perks members a little something special for their first order. I'm excited about it. So I've been struggling real hard with this one because I really wanted to use it, but I wasn't sure what to do. And I didn't want to make y'all sit through me making 52 cards. Even though I would love to make my own deck of cards, that was a little bit too much for me. So, we are going to use the color of the month, Bite Me. Chris's favorite color is red. It's not my favorite color, but it is his, so we're going to use it. And it's a great color anyway, so might as well use it, right? Seriously, it is so real. And that's my problem. I want to use all of these designs, but I'm like, what am I going to make with that? I don't know. But I want to use it. Okay, so the inserts are double-sided. You can use both sides. You can do something on one side and change it up, do something else on the other. I'm only going to do the one side, and we're going to use cutouts tonight, too. So make sure that you comment Royal. You'll get the link to get all the stuff that I'm using at a discount, of course, including, I do have some cutouts here. I made some card cutouts for this. So look how easy it is for me to clean this glass mat. I just love that. It makes my life so simple. Hardly anything to do to clean this thing up. I love it. Super easy. Plus, even if paint just gets stuck on there, I can just scrape it off. Okay, so now I have this done. I do have paint all along the edge that's not dry. So I need to quit touching it because that'd be good. Hi, Rainy. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I actually, this one and the one I wore yesterday, I got at this thrift store in the little town in Tennessee where we used to live. And they were both kind of tight on me whenever I first got them. But I didn't try them on or anything at the store. And I'm like, ooh, those would be great. In fact, I really want to chalk on both of them. That's why I bought them initially, is because I could do a chalk project on them. And both of them were real tight on me. This one and the other one. And now they're a little bit loose and they feel good. Hi, Stephanie. How are you? Yes, it's on my Amazon. If you comment Royal, go to my Amazon link at the bottom of the message and go to craft supplies. Hey, Bev. How are you? Hi, Donna. Welcome. All right, so these are the little cutouts that I made for the cards. Okay, I already pre-painted them. I used this sheepskin, okay, folk art home decor chalk paint, and I did paint the edges too, because they were kind of black, so I wanted them to be painted. We are gonna wax, and I'm gonna sand them just a little bit. Okay, I'm using a 220 grit sanding block, if I can hold it, just to like knock down any little remnants of the paint, because I did 2 layers. I did 2 thin layers, okay? Dry very well in between layers. But I didn't want any roughness at all, okay, from my paint. I tried my best to do really nice thin layers. I did paint with a paintbrush, but it's not always perfect. So just a very light sanding with a 220 grit piece of sandpaper or sanding block works great. Okay, so I am going to just lightly wipe these off with my baby wipe. Okay, a clean one, just to get any of the dust off of here. Okay. Yeah, I got it from Amazon. You can comment Royal and then click on my Amazon link, go down all the way to the bottom. You'll see my Amazon link, and then go to craft supplies and you'll see it. I have all kinds of stuff on there, y'all. Whenever I moved, I found some of the best like organization stuff. I found some great things whenever I moved. Like underneath my cabinets in my bathrooms, I have like those clear containers. I'm obsessed. Okay, it makes my bathroom look so much neater, even with a bunch of junk in there. Okay, so a little bit of surface wax, okay? This is just a clear wax. You can get it in my shop, or whenever you comment Royal, just add it in the add-on section of the Google form, okay? All right. Just a tiny bit of wax goes a long way, okay? If you use too much, your transfer or your paste is not going to stick. You can feel it once you put it on too. It'll feel kind of smooth. And the wax applicator, just take it and kind of buff it, okay? Awesome. I love that for you, Cindy. I used to have one of those mats from my shop, the anti-cut mats, you know, they heal themselves. Self-healing work mat, that's what it's called. I had one of those and I loved it, but every time I'd get paint on it, I couldn't clean it. And so I'm like, well, this thing is painted up. I bought a new one whenever I moved into my she shed, and then I got freaking paint all over it and it looked ugly. Hey, Alma, welcome. I am not going to fuzz this, okay? This one has a lot of silk screen, as you can see. I don't want to add any lint to it because I want it to stick really nice. And I'm going to go ahead, and there's 5 cards here, okay? I'm going to stick all of these on here. Now, we're using the backs of the cards. And this is the transfer we're going to use, by the way. So you can do any design that you want. It's got all the numbers. It has all of the different cards, okay? Or you can use the back designs, which that's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to do the numbers and all that because I'm not talented spatially, if that makes sense. If you've been watching me long enough, you know that I have a hard time lining things up. But if that's how you want to do your cards, y'all, make some cards, okay? Make some aces or something. All right. But I love the background of these, all of these, the backs of the cards. So I thought that would be cool. I'm glad they gave us different ones. Okay. Now, if I could line this up, that would be fabulous. But I am not, as I said, talented in that regard. So it takes me a time or two, but I got it. Push them down really well. We're going to do all of them, and then we'll go and chalk them all, okay? All right. I do have a cough drop in my mouth. I hope it's not annoying. I've been struggling the past week since we've been back from Jamaica. Chris and I were both sick. As you can tell, my voice sounds terrible. Okay. Let me try that again. But yeah, we've both been sick and been coughing like crazy. I couldn't even do my live on Monday because, y'all, it was coughing so bad. I could not get it under control. And I didn't want to come on here and be just hacking away. So I figured if I keep some cough drops at my desk, that will help. So that's what I've been doing. I've been eating cough drops like crazy, which is probably bad for me because all the sugar, but at least my throat is being kept moisturized, I guess, lubricated. I don't know what the word is. There we go. All right, so now I have all my cards on. Isn't this great? All right, so like I said, we're going to use the color of the month. Y'all, this color is gorgeous. It's called Bite Me. I don't know if you can tell. It's a shimmer red. Absolutely obsessed with it. And like I said, I don't even like red. Okay? Hi, Deborah. How are you, love? But you get the color of the month by shopping on my website, spending $75. And it's $16 plus tax and shipping, okay? Add it to your cart after you have $75 or more in your cart. It'll allow you to, okay? And I don't think this one's going to last very long, so if you love it, you got to grab it, okay? And of course, you can get more with your money for your money if you become my Perks member first. Because then you can save 30% on your purchase and get more for your $75. Okay? So take that into consideration. Whenever you sign up to be my Perks member, after your first purchase, I will send you some goodies. And I think you'll love it. What I have in mind to send. Okay. Now, I'm going to pull this off very carefully. Okay, that's perfect. Of course it is. I had no doubt in my mind that it would be. Now, for the next one. Now, you want to make sure you have these pushed down really well so you don't have any bubbles. And here we go. Isn't it cute? Glad you love it. I think Chris will like this. He always loves it whenever I make him stuff. He's the best, y'all. I know I tell you all that all the time, but I take the stuff that I make into the living room whenever I finish, or into his game room, and I show him, look at this cute thing I made tonight, and he's like, always like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. And he does not have to support me that way, but he goes on and he watches my lives. He comments on them. He comments the keyword. He's just extra sweet. So I figure I'll make him something to put on his walls in there, and I'll go hang it on the wall, and I won't even tell him. Yeah, actually, I would say it's like cherry or candy apple with the shimmer. And the shimmer is everything. It's really paintable. Like, you can spread it with a paintbrush. I don't know if y'all have tried it, but some of our shimmers are not great at painting. Okay, they just don't have, I guess it's the pigment. Maybe it's more glitter than it is pigment. But this one paints really nice. And it still has the glitter. And it's not a super chunky glitter. It's a real fine glitter. There we go. All right. We're going to get there. I got to be real careful along this edge over here. Okay, there we go. I like this one. These designs are so intricate. And did y'all know that these are hand-drawn? All of our transfers are drawn by an extremely talented art team that we have at our headquarters in Salt Lake City. Uh-oh. Yeah, whenever we went for leadership in January, we got to meet the team that designs all the transfers, and it's pretty incredible what they do and the stuff they do. They even like set it up with colors, like the proposed colors that each part of the design will be, so that they can really sell the designs to the approval team. It's pretty neat. And getting a, thanks, Donna. I'm glad you like this. I love this color red too. And I am not a fan of red at all, but it is really nice color. Anyway, getting to go to our home office in January was so cool, y'all. We got to do a tour of the whole warehouse, see how they pack orders, see how they fill jars with paste, see the little room that they do, like, all of the color testing and color development and all that stuff. We got to meet the artists that design the transfers. We got to meet the customer service group that helps us whenever we message. We got to watch them even fill paste packets, which is super cool. I didn't even understand how they were doing all that stuff until I went and saw it. But it's really neat. And shocking that it's such a small warehouse. It really is not a very big building. Hey, Tina. How are you, love? I hope you're having a great day. Okay, here we go. Last one. Looks pretty good. All right. Now, let me clean myself up. Wipe off my glass mat. Super easy. And let's move these all over here so I can make sure they're good and dry before we move on. Oh, gosh. Hopefully I don't mess up anything. I am good. We'll dry them, and we're going to use, I love this line, you've got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. We're going to use that at the bottom of our background. And I just realized I haven't cut that part out, so I need to do that too. Okay, here we go. Hi, Sam. How are you? Almost there. All right, so, and these are just little wood cutouts that I cut on my laser before I started. I'm doing great. I decided as soon as I got off work today that I was going to do my live so that I can make dinner for Chris tonight. The last couple of nights I've been making dinner, and normally I don't cook a whole lot anymore. I used to cook every night. When Ivy was growing up, I cooked every single night. And since Chris and I have been together, I do not cook every night. We eat out most of the time because I'm bad. Even though we have groceries, I'm bad. And he doesn't want to cook either. We actually used to get HelloFresh, and so that we would cook every night. Or most nights. And we don't even do that anymore. I did really like HelloFresh though, so if y'all were looking into that, it's a good service, but you know, I wasn't using it, and so I decided, let's cancel it, not pay for something we're not going to use, right? And so I still buy groceries. I still just never cook because I'm bad. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to just get an idea of where these are going to sit. Now, I'm not going to glue these on until I put this in the background and put this in my thing, okay? But I need to get an idea of exactly how much space I have. So let me see. There we go. And of course, I've got to put my own little touch on this. Not just going to use Chris's favorite colors, but I'm going to use one of my favorite colors, which is Nominee. I love it, and I think it'll go perfect with this whole thing that I have going on here. Now, I have this little mini squeegee that I cut in half, okay? And that's what I'm going to use. I don't know where my multi-tool is. I can't see it at the moment. But this will be perfect. So if you are ever struggling for a smaller squeegee, just know you can take a regular pair of scissors and cut a squeegee in half. And it works great. Okay? Just right down the center. And you can actually buy a 12-pack of mini squeegees in my shop. And that's what I have. I probably have one 12-pack at my desk here. And I've cut a couple of them. And that way I have plenty of them so that if I need more than one, I can use it. Yeah, it makes it so much easier, doesn't it, Cindy? All right. Oh, that's perfect. Y'all, this looks so good. I'm so happy already. That is absolute, well, okay. I brought it back over with me on my finger. All right, so there we go. Now, again, I'm going to dry this. Oh, careful now. Here we go. Dry it really well before you move on. We're going to stick it into our box frame, okay? And then we'll go on. I do need a drink. My throat's feeling a little scratchy. And I don't need to get to coffee here. All right, I think we're good now. So there's that part. All right, now is my point when I'm gonna take this and I don't know why I struggle so bad with this every time. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. Look how good that looks. Already, we're doing well. Now, we're gonna place all of our cards here. Now, I wanna make sure that they're straight, they're evenly spaced out. So before I start gluing or doing anything at all, I want to make sure I understand my placement here. Look how good that looks. This is going to be so neat. I just love it. All right, so I'm using Stick Fast. Okay, again, you can get this in my Amazon store. It is in my list. And every time that you buy from that link, from one of my links, it does help me a little bit, so thank you for that. I don't make much off of it, but a few cents adds up. All right, you just need a little bit. Nothing crazy here on this amount of glue. Now, this glue doesn't dry immediately, but it sticks really good. So, it gives you a little bit of room to move your design around a little bit if you screw up, but not for long. So make sure that you have it in the place that you want it to be permanently, because it's going to be there forever. All right. I think he's going to love it. And it'll be a nice surprise for him whenever he gets home. Thinking about just going and hanging it in his room before he gets home from work. And not even saying anything. Just let him notice it if he ever notices it. Alright, so that's all glued together, y'all. This is a super simple project. And I think it turned out pretty good. What do y'all think? Oh no. Yikes. Okay, so as you can see, they don't dry immediately, so careful. My goodness. Embarrassing. All right, let me not do that again. What do you think? I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me. You can comment Royal right here to get all the stuff to make this. And if you haven't yet, make sure that you sign up as my Perks member so you can save 30% on all of your purchases on my website. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow night. Have a good one.